Good afternoon, my name is Helen and I'm the Deputy Head of Education at the Ashmolean Museum.
And I'm Adrian Brooks and I'm the Art Education Officer across the 4 university museums.
Okay, so we are going to be doing a double act about a project called Digital Sketchbooks, which was a project that was funded thanks to the Aspire Innovation Fund last year. And the project was allowed us to create a series of films that were exploring the use of tablets for art and design. The films form the basis of a package for teachers that is on the Ashmolean website. They are also available through iTunes U as podcasts. So as time is really limited this afternoon, what we thought we would do is, rather than talk through all the ins and outs of the project, there is a sort of case study if people are interested. We're going to show you one of the films, the introductory film, and then we'll use the remaining time to sort of share the outcomes and our reflections on the project. While I queue up, I will hand to Adrian.
Okay, as an art education officer and as an educationalist, I'm very interested in the way that digital technology is used in the classroom. And I'm also a member of OAT, which is a network of about 60 art teachers throughout Oxfordshire. And I use that opportunity to ask them how they get on using digital sketchpads in the classroom. And the outcome of that was that most lacked confidence and felt ill-equipped and were really overwhelmed by the plethora of apps that there are out there. So Helen and I got together and we looked at if there was any way in which we could address some of these misgivings and concerns that the teachers had.
Okay, so... This series aims to show how iPads can be used by art and design students on a visit to a museum.
I've been teaching for a number of years and I've been head of a department for a number of years as well, and during that time I've led a lot of visits to museums and to galleries, always using the same tools, a sketchbook, a camera and a pencil. The purpose of the visit was normally the same, to research a theme, and that meant making drawings, annotating, writing notes, taking photographs, so that we come back with a body of information that we can use back in the classroom. Since working in the museums, I've found that the use of iPads has made that whole exercise of researching and collecting far easier, far quicker, and in many cases more fun, so that the pupils have come back with that information, but in a more efficient way.
We happen to use iPads because we're fortunate to have a small teaching set, but it could equally be that you use tablets or smartphones. This is completely new work to us. We've been learning as we go, but we're really excited by the potential. I think the thing that excites me is that it can really maximise the time of a museum visit. You know, students generally, when they come to us, are with us for a couple of hours, and what the iPad allows them to do is to collect material, to start organising it, to start creating initial designs in a really speedy way, and to take really quite high quality work with them back to school to start working with.
I found that pupils on an iPad can draw, but they can use anything from a 6H pencil to charcoal. They can paint in a heritage building like a museum using watercolour that's transparent, or oil paint. Both can be used electronically. They can take photographs, they can crop them, copy them, integrate them one with another. They can search the internet for more information. and then they can send that information back to the school. And then when they get back at school, there are tools within these programs that allow them to manipulate the information and expand what they've already done in a new way. I think whatever exam board a school's working with, their requirements are very much the same. They want their students to be inspired, they want them to research, they want them to experiment and then produce a result and refine it. iPads are ideal for the earlier part of this. They're the perfect tools for researching, collecting and organising material. And then having got that material back to the classroom on the iPad, there's a whole new range of tools that will enable them to experiment, come up with different options and produce ideas that they haven't thought of before.
The material in the films was created by running a series of workshops with Year 9 and also Year 12 students from the Marlborough Church of England School. And so what you see in the films are ideas and examples of how the iPads might be used, along with our attempt to evaluate the 3 apps that we used to deliver the workshops.
The outcome of the project was really very positive. We found that most of the students grew in confidence and the teachers grew in confidence in their use of the apps, and then they went back and they taught other people, which is the perfect educational model really, that the learners become teachers. So that was very positive. Both the teachers and the pupils all said how much they'd enjoyed using the iPads and the apps. They used words like fun, and the pupils used words like cool, not the teachers of course. The boys, who are sometimes difficult to motivate, were noticeably engaged in the project. And at the end of the museum visit, they all sent a body of work home that they couldn't possibly have produced by the traditional sketchbook method. As an art educator, I can now take the outcomes of these back to OAT, the art group, and we can look at the next step. At the moment, we're not sure what the next step's going to be, but we feel that we've laid a foundation and we can build on that.
And just some sort of broader sort of reflections as a sort of museum educator, I think the thing that has really excited me working with the iPads is the way that it really allows students to engage with objects and paintings and to really kind of enjoy what they're doing. And the tablets do seem to help break down any kind of barrier they might feel about being in a quite traditional museum like the Ashmolean, but they also really add value to learning. And that has scope that goes beyond art and design. I used them recently, for example, with a group who we were taking images of objects to dress an 18th century country house. So a learning activity we would do normally, but just added value by using the iPads. Adrian's been talking about the challenge of building teacher confidence. I think another observation is that a lot of students have these sort of access to tablets and phones, but they don't always make the kind of connection to using it for learning. And I think that's quite an opportunity for us and something we can be thinking about when we're thinking about our wider digital offer. So our kind of aim remains the same. I think it's a long-term aim to be sort of encouraging teachers and students to bring tablets when they come to the museum, but I think we're a little way to go as yet.
Thank you.